So this week, Mike had to hit the pause button on Tweety.
Tweety.
Want to tell us how you feel about having to do that?
I've been putting the pause button on and off for about 7 years on this truck. So I'm about completely disgusted and sick of it.
We get to the point of getting the whole front end off.
Yeah, it won't take much to pull this engine now. And then we have to button the new engine up. It's mostly rebuilt and, buttoned up. So we have to just finish that project. But then there's fabrication for custom intercooler, custom oil cooler lines, custom fuel system has to be done. And that's actually some notable work to get that completed. So besides just the engine swap, and these engines are so heavy that's nothing to sneeze at actually, but we've got the equipment to do it. So
Still lots of work to do on it, bottom line.
yeah,
A ton of work to do on it.
not to mention the fact that not to mention all the other work we got to do to get out of here.
And that leads to the big announcement. So the reason Mike had to hit the pause button on Tweety is because we have a newly realized goal date, move out date.
Yeah. Our new landlords, the new owners of our house and shop that we're now renting back from, have expressed desire to substantially minimize our footprint in the shop. I don't think they're that concerned necessarily about the spot our RV is occupying, but they're adding equipment and need more space in the shop, which means we've got to mostly get out of here. And so there's kind of been a tentative date set of about
I think they
6 weeks in the future.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've got 6 weeks to get down to maybe one bay in here, and we're occupying 1, 2, 3, 4 bays right now. So
You paused Tweety so that you could help me. Basically,
Right.
that's the new plan. We're going
Yeah.
to try to team up on clearing out of their shop so that
Yeah.
our footprint can be minimized as much as possible.
And the first step we discovered is getting the ocean container inspected, because you have to inspect it before you can ship it.
Hence last week's episode,
Yeah.
inspection nightmare
Right.
drama.
Yeah, I guess we already talked about that. But you have to inspect it before you can ship it, and you have to have it inspected before you can load it.
Pack it all up.
So,
Yeah, we did find out it has to be empty is how they phrase it. It
Yeah.
needs to be empty, so
in order to be inspected.
yeah. So
That's
yeah,
happening later today.
later episode.
Oh, maybe that too. Sure.
Different episode.
Different episode. Yeah. So that tells you our time frame from shooting video to actually producing it.
I don't think it's too terribly bad.
1 week.
I'm
It's
doing
pretty short.
pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of channels on YouTube, and they get complaints because like that dog that I know your dog. I follow you all the time. I know your dog died 6 months ago. It's like you're like
Talk about dogs dying. Our dogs are fine.
I know you had that car. I
Right.
follow you. I know you had that car.
Right. You sold that car 6
You
months
sold
ago.
that car 6
Right.
months ago.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I know how far behind you are. This last round of purging did get us downsized a little bit more.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah.
We did,
Freed up a lot of floor space just by that.
yeah. I think the closer that we get to actually packing the ocean container, the more stuff I'm ready to get rid of. I'm willing to get rid of.
Well, when
It
you-
starts to become clearer objective to you only want to keep and spend your time
Yeah.
packing the stuff you really, really want.
Do you really want to deal with unpacking this on the other end?
Yeah,
or storing it until you really think you want to use it.
Right, and you might never actually unpack it on the other end.
Right.
You might never actually get to that.
Yeah.
And so
When
then
that
it's a
starts to
waste.
hit home, you're like, man, get rid of it.
Yeah. So we did some more purging as we're doing the packing. You gave away a couple pallets worth of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the closer we get to our deadline, the more people that know us get lots of stuff.
Right. And we've got piles here waiting for people to come pick them up. So.
Yeah. And a little bit more to the landfill. Not too bad. Been burning a lot of boxes. That's one of the big things is as we downsize, the boxes decrease.
Yeah.
So, and then a little bit to the scrap, but most of the stuff that went to the scrap was your old speaker.
Yeah, I'm a big
Parts
speaker
and-
hobbyist, so I've eventually end up with lots of magnets and frames and stuff like that, but it's all
For future
recyclable.
projects that you would like to do. Which,
yeah, that's what they were for,
but it's getting more refined and defined
mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
far as what we actually need to put in the ocean container, and that is what's next. That's what we're doing now.
Yep. Once that's pretty much done, then we can clean up whatever odds and ends are in here and get down to one bay, and then I can get back at working on Tweety.